manifesting our reality. It's one thing to say, well, you know, quit your job.
Right.
It's one thing to say, step outside of the school system and step outside of the Christian institution. It's another thing to say, what is it like to be a God? Y'all hear what I'm saying? It's another thing to call that perfection out of them by it being realized within ourselves. That's a whole other thing. And until we have achieved that result, there will be no new nation or no new kingdom. Because we can't create something and make people experience it as though it is real. Isn't that what God does? He creates a universe. And when He creates it, people can live and exist and move and have their being inside of it. So it's one thing to get out of a false God's creation. But it's another thing to become a God and then begin to create.
Wow.
Do y'all see the point I'm making? And that's the work that must be done by the individual. And once we do that, we'll spend less time challenging people about what they're doing, because now they can come into a reality that as God we have manifested. And some people are not going to do it until they see that.
Right.
Until we as God set it up, it's no way they can exist in it. We have to set up the Garden of Eden, so Adam and Eve can now come inside. You understand what I'm making? If we don't build the Garden of Eden, then how they gonna come? Where is it for them to come? So as guys, we must build the reality. And it's not physical. We have to tear down the walls that makes us respond to them in a way that's congruent with the systematic way of thinking. Y'all don't hear how deep I'm going now. If we that means we have to change how we respond to individuals that reaffirms the matrix. I'll give you an example. That's when people join a nation, they say, you know, you got to take this name Muhammad. You got to take this name X. When you join the Moorish Temple of America, you got to take this name Bay, this name L. They give you a holy name. You join the Hebrew Israelites, they give you another name. Why is this? So now they can call something else. They're calling you out the matrix by calling you by something else. Do you hear what I'm saying? You was Jonathan Jackson. You was Bill Szynski. John's son and Jack's son. Do you hear the one I'm making? Shoesmith and shoemaker. Listen. But now they begin to call you by something else, and somebody else listened, and somebody else heard them. Not the you that was inside of the matrix. They didn't hear that. They was on their way to work. But when they called you by that holy name, now somebody else in you had to respond to that tone and to that vibration. And that made them begin to form, because in the beginning was the Word, and what? The Word became God. So it's not until we can call them by the right words and use the right words can we open up the keys of their consciousness to let God out of the matrix. But what level do we have to be? Are we really the key masters? Do we have the keys to the doors? It's one thing for us to be running around here as Neo, but even Neo need a key master. We become the key masters, we can let a whole bunch of Neos through.
That's right.
Do y'all hear the point that I'm making? So we gotta go higher. We gotta go higher from being the one to being an oracle, to Morpheus, to a key master, to arrive and getting to the point of being a supreme architect of our own matrix. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? And as long as we giving power to their matrix in any type of way, we're still affirming that it is a reality. And we're still creating it in the consciousness of other people. It's what you say it is. As a man think it, so is it. It's how you define it. Right. And how you define it and how you project it, that's what it be. That's what it is. So it's not the actions that we are going up against. It's the consciousness that produces the actions. That's more important. So we have to develop a level of consciousness where we can begin to transform people by relating to them. Bring the gods and goddesses out of them by how we interact with them. And if they're rejecting and going back into white supremacy and going back into this, that, and the other, then it's not them. That's just matter. It's just material. It's the gods. Do y'all hear the point like that? If we're not responding to them in a way that can bring them out of the matrix, can we blame them? Is a king waiting on the people to rule? Y'all don't hear what I'm saying. We waiting on the deaf, dumb, and blind to set up a divine paradigm. Not me. I'm not waiting on the people down at the chicken shack to see how relevant eating vegetables is. Because if I wait on that, I might as well be in the chicken shack waiting online with them. God gotta do something else besides wait on the deaf, dumb, and blind. That's like waiting on a mystery God. It's some of us who claim to be conscious waiting on the deaf, dumb, and blind to wake up. They don't go into that. We're waiting on them. One day that the black man gonna wake up and he gonna know who we are. I'm not waiting on that. I was talking to a sister earlier today, and she was telling me that, you know, this message that you're putting out, you should put it out in a way where it won't piss people off or they won't become sensitive about what you're saying. It should be put out in a way where people won't take it the wrong way. I said, you know what? I said, people have to realize that good is just as powerful as evil. It's just as powerful as evil. So good is not waiting on people who have been tricked by evil to manifest. You don't hear what I'm saying? Good is not begging and beckoning the mercy of people to see that a righteous kingdom is going to manifest itself. Right. You think good is waiting on people to say, if evil is good enough having its way with supreme power, what you think good going to do? I said, I don't care what people think about the message of what I have to say. I said, it's more than a message. I am the truth. And the things that I speak are backed by nature. The forces of nature. I said, I'm not a messenger. I'm a sign of the times. I'm a sign of the consciousness. And the things that I speak are in harmony with the transformation of this paradigm. Do you see the point I'm making? So it's like, it's not me coming with a message to try to convince people. That's not. What will happen will convince you. What's going to happen will convince you more than I would. I said, you know, I might be able to articulate and explain that which is true. But I said, there's no better teacher than me than the universe. The universe, which is the university. That's the first universe. I said, no better teacher than the universe. Because I can tell you how many bricks is in the wall and how beautiful them bricks are and what it's made of and how long it took them to make it and the type of masons that made the damn bricks. And I can go on for hours with that. But you know what will give a person a real good, thorough understanding of bricks? Try to walk through them. You understand the point I'm making? Then you will learn by trying to get through a brick wall what bricks is really about. So that was your real lesson. Because it was what you knew to be true by way of your experience. Do you see the point I'm making? And I said, many will align with me because they know what is true by way of their own experience. Not because I'm this powerful, charismatic orator. But because what I'm speaking is in alignment with what they in their hearts know to be true. So they align with not me, but that which is true, of which I am in alignment with and a conduit to. So I said, I'm not speaking a message to influence people over and to win a popularity contest. I said, many of you hated Bush being in office. Hated the man being in office. Was mad at him. We don't want Bush, and they stole the election, they stole this. But with all the hate of the American people and the masses of people, he was still able to sit up in that office and rule. Mm-hmm. Literally. Everybody was against Bush. But nobody could get the man out. All the musicians and singers, we hate the war, we against this. And I said, if evil has that type of power, what type of power you think good has? You think you're going to get good out of office? Or your little sensitivity as position is going to stop good from happening? You a fool. That's like saying that because we were slaves, genocide is going to destroy the black race. You might have killed 100 billion of us. But we still made it. Because you can't stop good like that. Drop an O. You can't stop God like that. Y'all hear what I'm saying? So we're not out here trying to placate to you and say, well, since you don't want to hear that, we're not going to say that, or you don't like it like that. Well, when Katrina came, did you like it like that? Nature don't waste no time with you. If people wasting time with you, they're not coming as truth. They're not coming with truth. If they playing with your ego and all, that's not the truth. Because the truth is very serious. Very sharp and very straight to the point. So I said, we're not putting this message out here because this is a sales presentation. This is nothing but a depiction of reality. And for those who can or cannot deal with it, that's up to them. But they're going to have to deal with it at some point or another. Because they're not dealing with it by my way of saying it or by my way of speaking on it. They're dealing with it because it is. We said in my black supremacy tape, I said that the KKK was going to try to kill Barack Obama. Oh, you just saying this, that, and the other. Now, you on that black supremacy. What happened? You know what I'm saying? They tried to kill him. So I said, it's not about what King Noble is saying. It's about what's happening. It's about what's happening. Now I said, if you can challenge what I'm saying, it ain't me you challenging. You challenging nature and natural law. And if I'm not in tune with anything I say with natural law and the reality of truth, I stand to be corrected. This ain't no egotistical match. But if you can challenge this, of which I'm bringing forth, then you might as well be ready to slap box with God. And you certainly have had a problem slap boxing with the devil. So I don't know what the hell you think you're going to do with God. Literally. Because he made the devil and gave him a particular amount of time to rule. And sent him to get Job, to torture Job. Job. He sent him and said, where do you go to and fro the earth seeking who I may devour? He said, you see Job, go get Job. So if God tells the devil what to do and have more power than the devil, then what you think God is here to do? So I said, you people that's talking about you want us to be a gay movement, a homosexual movement. Well, if you don't like it that way, we'll have to say it another way. No, it ain't like that. For sisters or we're going to bring the truth. And that's it. And the truth itself is the power, is the force feeling, is the protection that is backing us. If you're going up against us, you're going up against the truth. The truth is more powerful than us. If we can jump across a building, jump a half a block over the roof, the truth is you may not be able to jump over there, so your ass gonna fall. Do you understand the point I'm making? It ain't that we got away from you because we so slick and cold. The truth is your ass can't jump over there. Do you understand the point that I'm making? So our weapon is truth. We don't need guns. We don't need knives. Truth kills people. I said this in the beginning. I said you can shoot a person 25 times. But if it's not truth that they're gonna die, then your weapon was useless. You cannot kill a person lest it be in truth or with truth. Because you shot him and say, man, I killed that nigga. And then you read about him, he's in a critical condition. Looks like he's going to be all right. Well, you didn't kill him. But you thought it was true that you killed him because you shot him up. But now he's still standing there talking. So think about that. Only truth. Truth is the only real weapon that exists. We have believed in guns, in weapons of violence. But that might not get the job done. But if you